or divorce is emotional disconnection. As a licensed couples therapist and relationship expert, Toastmaster Colette Jane Fehr works with couples to improve communication and help reignite their spark. Her speech this morning, 3 Secrets to Revitalize Your Connection, is excerpt from a talk she'll be giving at an upcoming event in which she shares her wisdom and actionable solutions for struggling relationships. Toastmaster Colette Fehr.
Good morning, Toastmasters and guests. Have you ever been in a relationship that's lost its spark? Maybe you're even in one right now. Perhaps you're leading separate lives and feel like ships in the night. Or maybe you're one of those couples who sits on the couch at the end of the day, scrolling through your phone while the TV's on in the background. When you go out to dinner, you're like what Jim Carrey and Kate Winslet called the dining dead in the movie Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. They coined this term for couples who sit in a restaurant, staring at the wall, picking at their food with absolutely nothing to say. Maybe you're in a relationship that's lost its sex life, and when and if sex happens, it's more like going to the gym. You get a good workout, but it's the same old routine. Sometimes the person you love is right beside you, but feels 1,000 miles away. That was me for a long time in my first marriage. There was nothing so wrong, but also nothing felt quite right. I lived with a vague sense of dissatisfaction and loneliness that I constantly tried to talk myself out of. I remember we went on a trip to Las Vegas, and at the time we had a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old, so it was easy to blame the problems on being busy parents, and I was really looking forward to time away to just spend some quality time, the two of us. But of course, once we got there, immediately upon checking in, I ran into the bathroom to change into a new outfit I'd bought specifically for the trip, and when I came out, I really wanted my husband's attention. And he told me to move away from the front of the TV so he could see Tiger Woods' shot in the golf tournament. So when we got back from that trip, we went to marriage counseling, but it was too late. The therapist we saw wasn't properly trained, and she really helped to send our ailing relationship into its final death spiral. But in the end, it wasn't her or Tiger Woods, of course, that ruined the relationship. It was the profound disconnection between us that had grown over time that we simply hadn't known how to eradicate. The good news is that even though I ended up divorced, my experience inspired me to go back to graduate school to become a couples therapist and help others with what I hadn't known to do for myself. What I know now, and I wish I had known then, is that you don't have to settle for a lifetime of loneliness, because there's nothing lonelier than being in a relationship and feeling alone. And it doesn't have to be that way. There are 3 specific things you can do today to reignite your spark and keep your connection alive. The first is to increase physical touch. Touch is so important, but non-sexual touch. And it's very important to differentiate the two. We don't want the idea of physical affection to always be linked to sex, because then it's about pressure and expectations, and that can kill the vibe between a couple like nothing else. We want it to be about exploration and seeking comfort in your partner. That's what physical touch is meant to do. And there's a magic formula I'm going to share with you, which is a 6-second kiss, a 20-second hug, and 10 minutes of cuddling a day. And this is all research-based. That is just the right dose of physical affection and physical connection to make you feel close and connected to the person you loved. And this actually reduces the stress hormone cortisol in your body, so it makes you feel better, and it boosts oxytocin. the neurotransmitter for bonding. The second thing is expressing appreciation. Every person needs to hear a minimum of 5 positives for every 1 negative to feel loved. And it's not just saying globally, I appreciate you. Be specific. Notice the little things throughout the day that your partner does that you might not typically articulate, and let them know what they got right. For example, saying, hey, when you unloaded the dishwasher without me having to ask you, that was so helpful. I really appreciate it. Or when you took my hand under the table when we were out to dinner, I felt so loved. Thank you. Those kind of little statements make your partner feel seen and valued, and it boosts fondness and admiration in the relationship, which brings you closer together. And the third thing, and one of my favorites, is trying something new. Having a new adventure together boosts attraction. It really intensifies your spark and connection no matter how long you've been in a relationship. Have a fun adventure together. It doesn't have to be anything elaborate or expensive either. It's as simple as exploring a new hiking trail, trying a new cuisine, or taking up an activity you've never done before, like goat yoga or axe throwing or pickleball. It doesn't have to be anything that weird either. It can be as simple as going for a walk on a different route in your neighborhood. Doing something new with your partner brings the spark alive, and it's so important that we laugh together and we have fun throughout the relationship and we have more play. Adults need to play. So in summary, increase touch, express appreciation, and try something new together. Don't wait until your relationship's in that death spiral. It doesn't have to go there. Start prioritizing the person you love now in the little ways, and you'll be amazed at how tiny moments of connection string together to revitalize your whole relationship, leaving you feeling closer and more fulfilled than you did even in the honeymoon stage. Thank you.